Welcome, my fabulous diamond painting fanatics. I'm DiDi, and thanks for joining me for another DiDi Does UV Resin Charms. And I thought I'd share with you some of the China mail I got today. I actually got it in just right 5 minutes ago. I got some sparkly, and in the, of course, you can't really see it in the jar, but it is a holographic glitter. So I got a champagne one, I got a pink one, and I got a blue one. So let me think of some way I could use this, but I really like this color. So I'll think of something and you will see that one come up next. But today we're gonna work with those open framed bezels, and we're gonna pour in the resin in here, and we're gonna make 2 charms. And if you're wondering what you're looking at, this is my trusty tablet, so I can slide it under the UV light. And to keep these sealed, I need to seal them off using packing tape. So I've got my very sticky packing tape, of course. So I'm gonna hold that straight, and I'm simply gonna place the charm on top without having any bubbles or wrinkles in the glue part. So this sticks, and to keep this lying flat and to keep the resin from running under this open frame, I'm slightly gonna press it down onto my trusty board, on which I spread a thin layer of polymer clay, so this won't harden up under the UV light. It will just stay the same. So of course, for the other one, I've got a little piece of tape as well. Didn't you notice how organized and well prepared I am today? Yes, I am. I actually planned. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it the way you can see it. I actually planned ahead. So we're gonna do some open framed charms today, and I already cut what I want to place inside of them. So this one goes down there as well. And it doesn't really matter if there's if the bottom isn't really flat, because it will ease out the moment I'll do the backing. I'll be using, and let's be very careful. Are you going to be able to see it? This, in the square one, it is the skeleton of a leaf. So it's going to be quite hard to see, I think, especially in the light and the shadows. Let's place it like this. This is what it will be. So it's the skeleton of a leaf, and we'll place it crossways in our bezel. And we're going to use this foil, which I already pre-cut in a teardrop shape, for the second one. So this isn't gonna be as painstakingly long as the other ones. Mostly meaning there's not gonna be layer upon layer upon layer just working one way. We're gonna make a quick layer at the bottom for both of these. A thin layer just to get everything sealed off. And I'm really hoping that I'm not running out of resin, because I'm still waiting on approximately two, yeah, I think it's 200 milliliters of the resin, which is still somewhere lost in shipping. I think that's the best way to describe it. They've all been shipped. Some I've ordered recently, some I've ordered long time ago. And I just figured out I forgot to put on my gloves. So let me put on my gloves. Sorry, a bit through the light. Yeah, so there's a lot of resin coming my way, and I think some of it got lost. But you'll never know, you'll never know. You'll just have to wait and see. That's the only part I do not like with ordering from China, because I'm still waiting on my color resins. At the moment I color using a powder, but I actually ordered some. Is there resin there? No, there's no resin. I actually ordered some colored resin pieces as well, so I'm just gonna turn this a bit so I can work up close with the square one. And I ordered those with the colors. I ordered some clear resins in which the bottle actually has a spout, so it's a bit easier to dose, because the bottle I have at the moment just has a one large opening, and it means that I need to drizzle my resin using a toothpick, which is a bit painstaking when you need to do a large section, but I really want to do some open framed ones. So in the future I'll hope to be doing these kinds of charms, but just pouring from the bottle. But if I do it like that right now, I'll most likely just empty out the entire bottle, and I'll not be able to get things done. So yeah, still waiting on a lot of resin from China. But yes, I'll keep working with my one lonely bottle for as long as it goes, and then most likely I'll order some more just to make sure I'm not running out of resin, because that's my biggest fear at the moment, that I'm running out of resin. And I'm pretty sure I won't need to order anything more just to put into my resin, for the simple reason that I've got so many decals, things on their way. My list for AliExpress still contains more than 20 items or orders that needs to be delivered. More than 20, yes. Like I said, when I do something, I do something good or just a bit crazy. So there's still some part missing up in this crease. Just the corner needs a bit more. So, all right. So just to save us some time, I'll place these in. Oh, let me first make sure there are no bubbles. Quick flash. Alrighty. So, sorry, did I shift you as well? I'm gonna place these in for approximately 2 minutes, and I'll speed up the time till we're all done. All right, so those are cured. They look good. Yes. So now comes the tedious part. Let me get my resin. And I'm first gonna drip some more resin in here. And then I'll slide in the inlays. Last time I tried to work with an inlay, I actually placed it on a dry piece, and then it kinda let loose from the bottom because there was not enough resin underneath, and the air pocket just, there were some air pockets and those were really giving me a hard time. So let's do this one first. So I've got it to size. And so I'm so slowly gonna press down so the resin will spill over. Which seems to be a bit harder than I first thought it would be. Maybe I'll just slide it in like this. So get that part down. It still needs to go up. What I do not want to happen is that the resin is going on the sides of my bezel, because that way it will definitely get stuck on just about everything. So there's a big bubble there. that. Another big bubble, some more bubbles. I've got bubbles everywhere. Great idea this. So as you can see, this is a bit of a trial and error. Alright, so I think I've got everything covered and we've got the large bubbles out. So let's drizzle some resin on top. I can still see one little bubble that's still trying to evade me. Those are some bubbles on the top part. Alright, so I'm actually quite happy with the coverage I'm getting at the moment. Just need to coerce this little sucker out. Alright, so that one's out. And if you thought it was painstakingly slow, imagine doing this. Try not to be stuck to the tape underneath and still trying to get rid of some of the spilled resin. Now I did find out you can actually file off your resin. It isn't fun to do, but you can. Alright, that one's good. This side's also good. Right. So I'm gonna give it a little quick blast because I've got some bubbles right in the center. And those are gone. Alright, so those look good. So I'm gonna turn it again and you can actually see the gold leaf pattern in here. And the same goes for the square one. And I'm a bit worried about this one because, of course, there are holes to let the air bubbles out in the leaf. But the leaf is also extremely breakable. If you apply it the wrong way, most likely it will just break on you and you can't get it fixed. And trust me, those leaves aren't easy to find, but I did find how to make my own. Alright, so there's a nice layer. I'm gonna quickly clean off my tweezers before I start handling the leaf. Well, that went easier than expected. I'm just coercing it down a bit so it is completely covered. There are no air bubbles underneath, so that's a good thing. And I'll layer this piece up with just a bit more resin to get it nicely covered. So I'm actually trying to get a bubble out because I'm not really sure if it's safe to use your lighter over this piece of dried leaf. So these open framed ones do take a lot more resin than the smaller ones. So they're not really good for me trying to get stuck with it, but we're dealing with it the best we can. No, I might just order. I like doing these open faced charms. I think I like them a bit better even than the ones that I did before. But it's just straining on my supply, so most likely I'll just order some more resin. A lot more resin. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a quick check for bubbles. There's a massive one there. There is a massive bubble in the corner here. Oh, great, just great. So there's a bubble here and it's already set. So my last flyby didn't really get rid of all the bubbles. There are some smaller bubbles in here. All right, so let's try not to set my house on fire. Fingers crossed. Well, that went well. All right, so I'll pop them in for 3 minutes now, and we'll speed things up. Here we go. Okay, so we're back. I'm not really sure what happened, but this piece got all kinds of, let me put up the tape. It got all kinds of puckers going on top. I'm not really sure how that's happened. But it does look quite nice. I'm wondering whether or not you can see this. Ooh, don't let me drop it. So this is what it is. It looks quite nice. And just to even out the top part, because somehow I got a lot of bubbles in the bottom layer, which I might be able to fix when I'm doing the backing. But I'm gonna smooth out this top part, and let's take a look at the other one. Of course, there are some huge ass bubbles in that one. But it is pretty. Does this stop need some more? Yes, I'll take a quick gloss over it as well. I do my glosses, a gloss with just a small brush. That way I can quickly and evenly distribute the resin all across this field, and it will even out all of the puckers that came in here. So even if I'm not diamond painting, I'm still dealing with puckers. Nice part of this resin is that it spreads out evenly after you leave it still for a while. The resin just flows out to an even coating. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll get those cured. They need to sit for a little while longer now, so I'll pause you and I'll be back with you in a second. All right, guys, so they are cured, and I took away the plastic and I took away the polymer clay. And let me do it like this. You can see how they turned out. But I still need to do the backing. But if you look carefully, you might see some residue on here from the tape. And I got a ginormous bubble in this one up there. There it is. Luckily for me, all the bubbles are open on the back, so I can actually fill up the bubbles from the other side. So I still need to do a backing to those. And I wasn't so lucky in this one. There are some bubbles in here as well. But I do like the end result. So what I'll do is that I'll simply gloss the back. I'll try to get those nice bubbles filled up, and I'll do that off camera and I'll show you how they turned out by picture. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a comment. If you want to see me do other stuff, other things with the UV resin, please let me know and I'll try to oblige. Or if you have any other questions, please do. You could also subscribe to my channel. I do mostly diamond painting, but I do love making those charms. So subscribe if you don't want to miss anything I'm making. And I hope I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye!